Hello, this is the BNAN 277 final, the Amazon online order profitability analysis. Our team is me, David Finney, Gauthier Achkar, Anna Perez, Colin Casey, and Miles Johnson. The purpose of our project is to analyze what drives profit across Amazon's US online orders. We use Tableau for visual analysis and Excel regression modeling to quantify which factors are most associated with profitability. The outcome is a set of insights and actionable results. The case overview. So, our dataset contains over 10,000 Amazon online orders across three main categories: furniture, office supplies, and technology. The goal is to identify what drives profitable versus unprofitable orders, and then translate those results into business recommendations. Before we did any analysis, we first had to clean the dataset. We did this by fixing entries where discount was listed as none by converting those to 0. Next, we removed 10 invalid rows that were missing key fields like category or month. And finally, we created indicator variables for key categories and conditions we wanted to test, including furniture, supplies, copiers, the southern region, and the month of October. For model building, we started with a revenue-only model and then expanded step by step. We added category and region and tested additional predictors like discount, quantity, and month indicators. We selected the final variables based on statistical significance and support from our Tableau findings. Here's our final regression model. The main predictors are revenue, south, the region, furniture, supplies, copiers, October, the month, and an interaction between revenue and copiers, which captures that copier profit increases faster as revenue rises from copier orders. Next, we'll briefly show our Tableau dashboard and the key visual patterns. This includes profit by state, profit by city, profit by category and subcategory, and monthly profit trends. Anna, take it away from here.
Hi, I'm Anna, and in this section of the video, I'll be discussing Amazon's online profitability. This Tableau dashboard provides a comprehensive look at how Amazon's profit margins vary based on different locations around the United States and product categories. The state's profit map reveals fascinating regional patterns. Vermont leads the nation with the highest average profit at $204 per transaction, while Ohio sits at the bottom, which is negative $36. You may have noticed that the darker blue shades indicate higher profitability, while lighter shades represent lower profitability. The Midwest and Northeast regions outperforms the West Coast and South. There's also an option to focus on a specific state or region during a certain month. For example, if I wanted to check the Northwest profitability during February, I could select that option and it would show me like so. Now you can see that the most profitable state in the month of February in the Northeast region would be Maryland, and the least profitable would be Ohio at an average profit of negative $7. The city profits map drills down even further, showing individual city performance. Each dot represents a city, with darker, larger dots indicating higher profits. You can see dense clusters of profitable cities throughout the country, specifically in the Northwest and Midwest, with profits reaching up to $2,000 in some locations. Again, if you want to focus on a specific state, such as California, you would have that option. You would just click California like so and be able to see all the profitable cities within that state. Cities such as Chico, California, Fairfield, Davis, Brentwood, etc., are some of the most profitable among all of the cities in California. Moving to product analysis, the line graphs track average profit trends over time for three main categories: furniture, office supplies, and technology. Notice the volatility, particularly the dramatic spike in March and another in September. Furniture, shown in orange, maintains relatively stable profits around $20 to $30, while technology in green shows more fluctuation, even dipping into the negative territory. If you wanted to look at the subcategories or categories with more detail, you can select a specific one, and the chart will break down the profitability of that category. For example, if you were to choose chairs underneath the furniture category, You could see that there was a massive dip in July where the average profit was around $14 and a massive spike in August where the average profit was around $66. Finally, the bar chart breaks down the profitability by subcategory. Technology's copiers lead at $54,673 in total profit, followed by phones at $44,238. However, the break even lines reveal a critical sub insight. Several subcategories like tables in the furniture category and machines in the technology category are actually losing money, falling below the zero profit threshold. There's always the option to view the categories in more detail. If you wanted to see for yourself just how profitable phones are, you could select the technology category and then click on the phones subcategory, like so. This shows the phone's profitability throughout the entire year, but if you would like to see a specific month, say April, you would also have the option to do that. This analysis clearly demonstrates that both location and product selection are crucial factors in Amazon's profitability strategy.
Anna, thank you so much for that wonderful explanation. Now it's time to move on to the regression output. Our final model has an R squared of 0.377, meaning it explains about 37.8 of the variation in profit across orders. That tells us profit is influenced by more than just the variables in our model, but we still capture meaningful drivers for decision making. The standard error is 185.54, which means our predictions are typically missing the profit by about $186 per order on average. So the model is not meant for perfect prediction, but it's useful for identifying patterns and strategy. At the 10% level, the significant predictors are revenue, furniture, supplies, copiers, South, October, and the revenue by copiers interaction. We also ran a correlation check looking for multicollinarity. We did not find severe multicollinarity among predictors. The interaction term is correlated with revenue, which is expected, and we did not see any unstable coefficient behavior. Looking at residual diagnostics, we do not see strong evidence of nonlinearity. There is some funneling in the residuals versus revenue, which does suggest variance increases at higher revenue levels. But overall, the model is still acceptable for strategic insights, which is our goal here. For the interaction term, the revenue times copiers residuals look stable. We do not see major patterns which support using this interaction in the model form. Summarizing the key findings, we see that copiers show the strongest profit scaling, which means that profits grow much faster with revenue for copier orders. Furniture and supplies underperform compared to the baseline category, and the South region is more profitable, and the month of October shows peak margins. Based on those results, we want to make actionable recommendations. Our recommendations are to prioritize technology, especially copier sales, because they scale profit the best. Second, we recommend that Amazon reevaluates furniture and supplies, since they underperform. This could mean pricing, shipping, or discount strategy issues exist. Third, we recommend to apply region-based optimization, since the South performs better. And finally, we recommend to leverage the month of October. Leverage these demand patterns by planning inventory and marketing earlier to capture that peak margin period. Thank you so much for watching, and if you have any questions, we're happy to answer them. Feel free to reach out by email or phone number. Thank you so much.